Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon, Mr. Chief Moyo, Mr. Ramatlakwane, Ms. Mona, all the dignitaries, and fellow postal services workers and friends. We are going to be talking together. We are twins from Philatelic Services SA Post Office. Tia is the one who makes the stamps, and I'm the one who tries to make them disappear from our offices. So we are going to be talking to you jointly. Our topic is venturing into the mercurial future of digital philately. Would you like to explain it, yeah?
To us in our country, we are still also getting our minds around the new crypto stamps. We learned about it through the webinars by the UPU. And in the beginning, we just want to let this slide change. There we go.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was quite overwhelming. We were a bit confused. We were a little bit afraid because we didn't quite understand. We just couldn't grasp it. It's up there, like mercury. After the first webinar, when it was introduced to us, we started reading about it. I think you must keep it up because I think Bluetooth is blocked by the podium. And then as we read about it and started understanding a little bit, the light slowly came on. And we understood how it can become accessible. And it's actually quite easy to use, especially for younger people. But at this stage, we are not yet part of the stamp tax system. When we learned about the International Stamp Exhibition, we thought, okay, this is a good place to ask everybody in attendance here to do some market research with them to find out would they be interested in South African crypto stamps. So at our stand we have a poster with a QR code, and you can scan the QR code, and then it leads you to a very short survey where we simply ask, would you be interested? You can choose yes or no, and you have a space where you can put your comments in of why you said yes or no. We've also, do you want to continue, Danayo?
Yeah, no, it's fine. As we all know, those who didn't know have realized that a lot of our clients, I don't see them here, so I can just talk. A lot of our clients are old, they are traditional, they want something tangible, and they know a lot about stamps, more than we can ever know, even though we are the ones who make them. They are purists and they don't really want to change much. Or even if they do want to change, they don't have the vehicle to make them change. Like maybe Tia can just give an example of what happened this morning at our counter.
A very dear client of us came to me early this morning, first thing, showed me the QR code poster. He said, how am I supposed to scan this? So I said to him, he's got his phone in his hand. I said to him, you go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and you download a QR code, a QR scanner app. And he said, "What is Google Play?" I said, "The icon looks like a arrow showing to the right, very colorful." "Oh, I've seen it somewhere on my phone. Can't find it now." So we did a search on his phone. He found it. He downloaded it. He had to just accept terms and conditions. Then he had to sign into. Then he scanned, because our survey is on Google Forms. He had to sign into his Google account, which he didn't have. "Oh, is it for free? Can I have a Google account for free?" "Yes," I explained to him, "you can." Then I said, "Take a photo with your phone of the poster, and when you get home, print it out, and then you can scan it and you can do it quietly. It's not necessary to do it here now." So that was just an illustration of a very traditional philatelist who is very knowledgeable, very intelligent, but totally IT clueless.
And those are our clients. But now we have an opportunity that we cannot just miss, an opportunity to get younger clients who are always playing with computer games. You can't even buy them toys for Christmas because they're not important to them anymore. They are growing up in a digital technology. They are fearless. They love it. It's something they understand. It's their second language, frankly. And so they'll be able to go to all the platforms without being prompted. No need to be taught by anyone how to do anything. Actually, they're the ones who can teach us a thing or two about what we want to do as a post office.
So as we said, we as South African Post Office is not yet part of the crypto stamp tag system. We are so glad and honored to have our CEO here, because our first point here is to say that we have to inform our decision makers in our company of the system and the potential that there is in it. And we also have to do an internal study of cost effectiveness to see what is the cost of joining the platform versus what's the possible income. And after that, we have to establish the partnership with StampTech and, start becoming part of the system. And that we will do once we see interest from our clients, also through our little survey. The good thing about the crypto stamps is that it is international. So our stamps can be visible much more widely through this platform, which really excites us very much. And then at the same time, it can generate income for us.
Yeah. Uh, there are many adults in South Africa who have made inroads into crypto money. Bitcoin is big, and we understand that they even give us a rand equivalent of Bitcoin. So that means it's something that is important already in our country. And even retailers are beginning to use Bitcoin. So this is not going to be a very difficult concept, I think, to introduce. I'm not sure if it's going to help much with the learners. How are we going to do it, do you think, dear?
Yeah, as we said earlier, the learners are the one who's growing up. They've got the tablet in their hand and the milk bottle in the other hand. So they're growing up with it. So they will catch on very fast. I think our challenge would be to choose stamp themes that are interesting to young people, not so serious, historic, still have that part, but not so serious in theme, heavy, but light and fun. We've always said that for us, stamps compete in the entertainment market. So if you want to grab the attention of the young people, they are interested in movies, in superheroes, in cartoons, and to get them interested in stamps, you have to compete with those things. So we have to lighten up and have a lot of fun through stamps.
Yeah, and in South Africa, some schools, some provinces have issued free iPads to learners. So there are currently, or in February this year, at least 68% of the country had access to the internet, you know, and 50% had access to the social media. And most of these are young children or young school learners. And our Wi-Fi costs are becoming more and more affordable. Our data costs are affordable thanks to the Department of Communications and Digital Technologies. As we've said in conclusion, we want to venture into this new world of crypto stamps. We have seen that they can attract young people to collect stamps. Going forward, we'll have to put our heads together to see what we can do as the South African Post Office. Anything more to add, dear?
Yeah, that's a good summary, and there's also opportunities that we are playing around in our heads with of how we can bring the stamp into the digital technology services, so that it's not only up there as a crypto collectible, beautiful thing, it also still serves its original purpose as being a receipt for payment of a service to send a piece of post through the system. So we are looking into going both ways and to preserve the stamp in that way, and to preserve and educate about our cultural richness and the beauty of our country.
Thank you, everyone.